First broke right here on NBCNewYork.com. A man in the Bronx flying the ISIS flag in his apartment. A man the FBI says tried to recruit others to join with him, and they say he had weapons. So how big of a threat was he? Chief investigator reporter Jonathan Dietz is at the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan where the suspect is appearing. Jonathan?
Investigators say he was radicalized here, bought weapons here, all this after he twice tried to get into Syria but failed. For more than a year, the FBI and NYPD had been watching him. He hung the ISIS flag in his Bronx apartment, and the FBI says Sajmir al-Mehmeti bought weapons, knives, handcuffs, masks, and gloves with steel knuckles. Police say they were concerned he may decide to act here. He even allegedly boasted that he worked out while watching music videos of ISIS fighters decapitating prisoners because the videos keep him motivated while he's exercising. Neighbors along Knox Place near Van Cortlandt Park say Saj, as he was called, was friendly, but became religious and withdrawn in the last couple of years.
All of a sudden, like a few years back, he changed his clothes, his ways, you know?
In 2014, the FBI says he twice flew to London trying to find his way to Syria, but twice he was turned away after being found with ISIS videos on his phone and camouflage gear in his suitcase. Prosecutors say his brother also tried to get to Syria, but was arrested with weapons while en route in Albania. Former federal prosecutor David Miller.
All of those factors in combination show that this was an extremely concerning threat for law enforcement, and ultimately they acted. Indeed, they acted quickly.
This case comes just days after this New Yorker stepped forward in an NBC exclusive, saying he's now helping the FBI after having joined with ISIS in Syria, but fled after seeing all the hate up close.
I did see severed heads placed on spiked poles.
In today's case, the FBI and NYPD searched al-Mehmeti's home as officials look to see if there are others still out there who are trying to join him. And in recent weeks, the suspect was helping another man plan travel to Syria, help buy encrypted phones and other equipment. But investigators say that man he was helping was actually an informant, which helped lead to today's arrest. Live outside federal court in Lower Manhattan, Jonathan, News 4 New York.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. Disturbing new details in a Long Island Park stabbing. Sources tell News 4 that one of those attackers may be only 7 years old. A group of accused gang members went after 4 teenagers in Hempstead Lake Park. News 4's Greg Circle has an update for us.
State Parks police have yet to make an arrest in the attack that left 3 teens injured on Monday. But a law enforcement source says at least some of the attackers may have been Hempstead High School students. And that made for an unusual day at that school. News 4 has obtained this hospital photo and blurred the back wounds of the 16-year-old slashed by a machete in Monday's attack. A school official confirms he's a Hempstead High School student, and a law enforcement source says some of his attackers may also have been high school students.
When I got to school this morning, my teacher was telling me about it, so I thought they were lying at first, but they wasn't.
Students like Jeffrey Rogers found additional security outside and inside Hempstead High School today. The school board president says that security will remain in place for the remainder of the school year.
We're doing everything we can to make them feel safe.
State investigators are also talking to students, trying to find as many as 6 attackers. A law enforcement source says they are all male Hispanics, and one could be as young as 7. All are believed to be MS-13 gang members. And again, some of the attackers could be Hempstead High School students.
It's definitely frustrating. You know, we're concerned for the students' safety, whether they're on property or off property. We're still concerned about their safety.
It's unclear what caused the attack and if any of the 3 stabbing victims are also gang members. 4 Investigates has learned there were no state parks police in Hempstead Lake Park when the attack occurred. The New York State PBA says the 2 officers had been diverted to Jones Beach for an incident there. A PBA vice president said in a statement, "We've warned the state about understaffing for many years. If the officers had been at Hempstead State Park, this would likely not have happened." The State Parks Department didn't respond to our request for comment on all this. Again, no arrests have yet been made in this case. We're in Hempstead tonight. Greg Sergel, News 4 New York.
And new at 5, police want you to take a good look at this green Chrysler Pacifica. They say that is the getaway car used after a construction worker was shot yesterday in Brooklyn. Police say the 21-year-old victim was working at a construction site near Belmont and Shepherd Avenues in East New York around 11 a.m. We're told the robber knocked him down while trying to steal his gold chain, then fired several shots, striking the victim twice. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Bill Cosby will be tried for criminal sexual assault.